Good morning. How we doing? Who's ready to get some trading action on? I don't know what's going to happen today. We are seeing a little bit dip in the market. I'm long AMC and CGC. You know what that means. Full on degenerate mode. Let's get it started. Welcome to it, guys. Live trading with Benzinga.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas law, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part? It's beatable.
Good morning, traders. Let's go ahead. Let's do it. Where are the apes at? I'm a full degenerate. I don't play. I do a little sports gambling on the side. Like to have some fun. We are going to have some fun. Let's bring in the guys that bring the fun. Zunaid and Ryan. What's going on, guys?
What
is up? Good morning to you.
Mitch, if you enjoy some sports gambling, I've been getting into it recently because Illinois finally allows you to register.
Wow.
Listen to this, Mitch.
What's
I
up?
had two parlays, won each of the last two nights, that missed by 1 point. They each had 4 legs. 3 of the legs hit. The last leg, the player needed 1 more point in each instance. So I am absolutely feeling the burn. 10 to pay out 210. The other one was bet 10 to pay out 190. Missed them both by a single point.
So I'm a big parlay guy. I've actually hit a couple 10 games parlays before in my life, and I can show you guys proof. I mean, I hit these all the time. And so one of the things that I would say for parlays is always look at that last game, and if you can get towards that last game, hedge your bet. Hedge your bet. Bet on the other team and take a lower winning to hedge your bet. I've gotten in this position plenty of times, and yes, there's been plenty of times where I've also been like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna run with it. Let's see if I can make those thousands on the parlay. But another thing is to hedge your bet. Same thing in trading. Let's say if you're up master, or if you're on a huge win on like an AMC option trade today, you can hedge your bet and take some of the winnings off the table to go ahead and make sure that you're going to take some winnings versus, give it all back.
That's basically the strategy behind the selling calls and then rolling them into future dated calls. That's the exact same thing at play. Mitch, just real quick before we get started here, I want your opinion. I placed a $10 bet to win $260 if UNC wins the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I have the option to cash that out right now for $35.
Don't take it because
let it ride, baby.
Let it ride. But one thing you do want to do is if you get towards the final and they make it to the final, hedge your bet.
There you go.
Especially if they're the non-favorites in the final. If they're the non-favorites in the final, the other team, well, if they are the favorite in the finals, the other team will have the plus line that will help you on hedging and getting the maximum potential return.
We're going to have some more fun with this, Mitch.
Let's have some fun. Let's go
world here on live trading, baby. Let's go.
All right, let's bring on our tech guy, Zunaid. What's up out there? What are you looking at, my friend?
Yeah, going to take a look at snow. Yesterday, I traded this one pretty awful. I'm not going to lie to you. Especially now that I look at it in hindsight, you can see how the second time around in the afternoon, previous close held as support. So I played this one, just reviewing my charts to kind of see how I played, if I can play it again. I'm going to let this one settle. I'm not really going to touch this whatsoever. Let's go on over to what did I just look at? I just looked at some stock. I can't even remember what I just looked at. Good God. Oh, Hood. That's what it was. The YOLOs that I had from yesterday, they went all the way up to like 30, 40% gains. But of course, I was looking for a much, much bigger move up to the 18, 19, 20s. But I do have a buy limit here on TradeStation and on trading on E-Trade as well to buy some shares at 1503. My stop loss on this will be, let's just call it around 17 or 1472. on this move right over here and hoping for a move back in terms of profit taking. Let's just call it about 46. There you go. So that's the game plan on Hood, simply because I'm hoping for that bounce for $15, kind of have that be that whole number. I'm going to move on to SPY here. We can see that by the 462 was resistance yesterday. If this can somehow, some way come down to about, say, the 455 area or so, I want to start grabbing calls all the way till about maybe 454. Now, since it's a 2-point move, of course, I'm going to try not to play today's expiration. I'm going to try to go out maybe a week out or something like that, just so my contracts don't just completely crap themselves with this 2-point move, right? Instead of losing 40%, I might lose 15 to 20% itself. So that's the move that I'm thinking there on those. And then on the Qs, I'm going to wait to see if we can kind of come back. Yeah, there's no real level for me here, actually, on the Qs. And then Rivian, I did not know this thing got up over $50. Good God. Rivian, if this can somehow, some way, go ahead and get on down to about this area right here, 50.14, I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple of 100 shares just to play that $50 bounce. You can see yesterday that $50 broke out, came back, tested, held VWAP, and then made a nice little move for about 3-4 points. Let's see if we can at least get something here on Rivian, maybe try to get about 80 cents or so if we can on the bounce. I need to find a way to do like multiple sell brackets on this one, but I am in the mood, Ryan, to play some small caps. So if you can find me some small caps, that would be great. Someone said puts on my mic. Is it awful for y'all as well, or is it just Tiny Pie's stuff?
Well,
I don't know.
A lot of people were saying the audio was cracked, but it was just while you were talking. So I'm wondering if it's just you, Zunaid, or if it's everyone.
I think it's something to do probably with my internet. We could blame it on Comcast.
I hear you just fine. I hear everyone.
Yeah, I hear you guys fine too.
Exactly.
Here, let me go to YouTube.
Same thing for me. So I'm hosting it. So the stream's coming out of my internet. It has to be my internet that's having some issues here. But like always, if for any reason I drop out, you'll always have Zunaid's and Ryan's internet pick up, so you guys won't lose the stream. So let's just keep working. We'll see what happens. Comcast, guys, what can I say?
I know they're having outages. A buddy of mine can't even trade today because of the outages.
Yeah, yesterday you were having issues too, right, Ryan? And it seems like Comcast is having some more issues today. I guess it moved west.
All right, some people are saying after the refresh it got better. So try it out, check it out. And then Ryan, I need some small caps, my man.
Okay, so here's a couple that we take a look at. So first of all, if you recall, ADMA was on my list from yesterday. We're really looking for a breakout of 177-ish. We did kind of break out, but we didn't really go anywhere. We didn't get the volume that we were looking for. So this is on watch again, but again, only if we get volume. Now, if we look at the movers tool, let me actually go to the pre-market here. Excuse me. If we go to the movers tool, the big one that I'm going to be watching today is DRCT, right? This is moving up. We've got a catalyst here. DRCT is trading higher if the company reported year-over-year Q4 sales results and issued sales guidance above estimates. That's been a pretty good catalyst for the past 6 months or so. So we'll see how DRCT does today. These are kind of the levels that I'm going to be watching. It's extended right now. It's kind of consolidating here. I'd actually like a pullback to the 460 area. We'll see if we get it. ADDI is also trading up. This is one that's not a stranger to big runs. It looks like it's consolidating here on a nice pullback. So I'd like to see that. We'll see if this one actually takes off. We have VYNT. This also has some pretty good levels. We trade this against 168. It's already kind of put the level in that we need to take a look at. So I'd actually like to see it hold here around 168. I think if we break 185, this thing's going to test 2 at some point. That would be my guess. And then I think there was there one more in here? Don't think so. That's probably it. And then, of course, Zunaid, we're going to watch the scanner, and I will be able to. Oh, yeah, there was one more. It was IMPP. So IMPP moving. Okay. So when I took a look at this, we wanted to clear out the 168 to 169 area. That's exactly what happened. This actually just happened a minute ago. And you see, we actually get that pop up to 175. So we got a 6-cent pop here. Let's wait for the in and stop again. We might have another up catalyst here. We've got a gap up. Maybe this keeps going too.
Yeah.
Sorry, stream, that we're having some Island Boy stream issues here, but we're trying our best. I might actually just back out and come back in and see if maybe that fixes it.
Will it pass the host to one of us?
Yeah, it should pass the host to one of you guys. So let's see if that fixes it. I'll be right back.
See ya. I want to go ahead and also talk about, man, AMC. I played that one. Here's the thing, right? When it comes to AMC, I was taking a look at it. I played this lovely on whatever this date is. What is that? Monday? Yeah, we'll call it Monday. Monday made nice money. You can see the arrows here. Beautiful trend, right? But then I just got chopped up yesterday and trying to play these, and it just didn't work out whatsoever. So I'm trying to see where I can possibly go long on this. I mean, yesterday it went all the way to 34 and then just yanked, and that's all it was. So I'm going to try to keep an eye on it, see what it does. Obviously, over 31 is the real resistance that we saw yesterday twice, 1, 2, and possibly even 3 times if you want to count that there. But that's one of the tickers that I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on. It's going to be AMC. Really hoping that Hood can go ahead and make its move as well, especially if he wants to test 15 and then go all the way to 20 in a matter of a minute. That'd be lovely. But I'm hoping for some AMC meme mania, especially if the market comes down and, you know, people want to take a risk somewhere else. Come on down.
All right, guys, let us know how the audio is getting now. It should have switched over, so let me know if it got a little better. If not, then it could just be a YouTube or a StreamYard issue for us. But we'll try our best to get it going here and get the best stream we can. Do want to give some insight later today. We will be having some great interviews. I'm going to be doing my releasing the 3-part series on Hyliion. So definitely check that out, guys. And then later today, also on Money Mitch, we were just talking about sports data, sports radar is going to be on Money Mitch. So if you guys want to check that out, that's SRAD is the ticker. So if you want to check that out, come later today on Money Mitch. And I'm ready to keep it going, guys. I've gotten a lot of interviews lately. So if you guys haven't caught Money Mitch, definitely check it on out. I had Pub M, DM, Slug, had some great interviews planned and have a lot more. Going to be doing more of these factory interviews. I already have 2 planned. So stick around, guys. Boots on the ground. We're going to be going to actually getting you guys the story, doing some product testing, actually doing test drives with these EVs. So check it on out. All right, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at some of the stocks today. Here you go, Martin. I know that you wanted to talk about it. I talked about it in pre-market prep, how I think Wolf is a better play than Chewy long term. Why? Because I just feel like Petco has really gotten it down packed. In the pandemic, they made a decision to work together with DoorDash so that they could deliver your food to your home faster than, let's say, a Chewy or even an Amazon. Amazon will get it to you in majority of the times in one day, but Wolf can get it to you within that same day. And so same-day delivery, I think, is very important, especially when you partner with a company like DoorDash that essentially they're not doing much. They're just literally just handing it off and letting the other company worry about the delivery. Interesting stock is bottoming there. We'll see if it can continue ripping today. But let's get into what I really want to talk about, which is lithium. Yesterday, we had a great trade in LAC. Going to be watching this today, especially if we're going to continue getting kind of the Russian news to turn around. So LAC in play today. LTHM. I'm still in this one, guys. I got in this one. We're still in the green. We're going to look to continue working this. But let's go to what everybody wants to talk about, which is AMC. And are we going to get another rip? Right now in the 15-minute, you can see that we're holding sideways. We've had about 1, 2, 3, and now a 4th attempt to break out above 30. So we're going to look for a pullback. It could pull back towards support, maybe even the 27.62. We don't want it to break that. We want to break out through the 30 mark. So that's what we're going to be watching today. If we can get that breakout through 30, I think we could come back up towards 32 and 34. We'll see what happens in AMC. Of course, keep your eyes on GME also. I think it's very important that GME can get into the 200s. That's what we broke down last time. If you look back on the hourly or you look back on the daily, you're going to see this area, this time where we broke down on GME. That was a very important price point. That's when the stock turned around from being a really bullish look breakout to flipping down and then starting to look bearish. We're getting near those levels here. So let's see how it reacts in those levels. And if it can get above 200 today, I definitely would be bullish on some of these meme stocks. Let's go also to the pot game. Still long CGC, got in this one yesterday at 795, still in the green right now. Has popped multiple times around this 840s, 850 area. That's really what we need to break out through. If we don't get that lift through that 850 area today, I'll probably just take the profit and just let it keep going. But of course, the vote later today, be careful. You never know what can happen on both sides of this. Catalyst is going to really drive this stock. So let's pay attention to the news. And like always, if you want to get it first, I would definitely have Benzinga Pro and get your 2 free week trial. Let's keep going, guys. Let's look at some other trades out there. Also got GGPI. Still have this, guys. I got it at 1148, so I want to look for a push above 12s today. If we don't get towards 12, I'm just probably going to cut it. It's a smaller swing trade, so I'm not really worried too much about the position. But EV did make a run yesterday, so I was looking for a nice push. This did have a push into the afternoon that it didn't hold. It went up towards 1180s. So we're talking about like a 40-cent pop. We're looking for that pop again to get it through there and then get us through 12. That's going to be it for at least the swing trades and some of my degenerate trades on out there. But going to be watching a lot to see what happens today in the SPY. We take a look at the SPY. We are starting to leak here. The real question is, do we get back through the highs or we break the support here around 458? And then we will be looking for a little bit of a pullback. As long as it can stay above that 458 today, I'm going to be in bullish sense. Yes, I said it, guys, in the bullish sense. But if it breaks that, that's where I start flipping a little bit, right? And so now I have these supports where I can just keep kind of laddering on up, taking some trades to the upside, but also being short term in my eyes, because I think that we can have a huge pullback. So I don't want to be caught in that pullback. I know that there's some people buying big trades yesterday looking for continuing breakouts, but I think that if you're buying longer term yesterday, I think you're doing it wrong. But like always, make your own investment decisions. All right, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at stocks from the chat. If you guys got something, now's the time. Throw it on up. John Lewis, one of our best traders in our chat. I want to give him a shout out. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at some of these patterns that he's calling out. He's calling out the crab pattern, 1.618. Looks like some retracement levels. The Asana chart being mentioned. It's not a bad chart. I mean, it definitely has pulled back the full 100% move. I think this is important to also recognize is that at least in my technical studies, when you do pull back the full 100% move, it's essentially a new trend. It's not this trend that you see here. At least from my studies, this actually negates this because it's a full 100% retracement. And if it does that full 100% retracement, then it's essentially not in the trend anymore. So it has to create a new trend for me, and that would be a pop above 6281s. So I would want to see the stock over in this range to show me that it's going to try to take out these highs from the wicks. And then you could see that lift going through. But for right now, I think it's still in bearish territory. If you want to take a shot on Asana, power to you. I just don't think it's the best option right here. But hey, there's some other ones there. And Netflix. Netflix is an interesting one. Has come down towards 388. And if you look back, you're towards pricing even into 2018. So this is not even 2020 where it should have gotten that lift, the pandemic push, right? And it's all the way back towards 2018 pricing. So longer term on Netflix, I don't know how the growth outlook is, but I can tell you at least from my look, this is interesting levels going back towards the 2018. All right. Do you guys see anything else in the chat you guys want to mention there?
Yeah, PTLO. So Portillo's, right? This is a stock that I definitely like in terms of the next 5 to 10 years in terms of growth potential. I love Portillo's. I think that this has the possibility of being a 5 or 6 bagger. The problem is right now, I mean, first of all, I think we found some pretty good support right around 22. I'd even kind of consider that 20. The problem is right now is that I don't know when it's going to make its next push up given the environment that we're in. Portillo, again, if you've never had this food, you really ought to try it. This is a company that's never closed a store. Never closed a store in their history. So I really like this. I saw it being mentioned here. I just don't know if now's the time, right? So I would kind of scale into this. Thrifty is asking, is Portillo's only in Chicago? No, it's a Chicago thing, but they have expanded. There's a couple in Arizona now. They have one in Florida. They're planning for a massive expansion in the South. You can order their food in all 50 states, and I think their biggest customer is Texas. So there's a lot of demand for this in the South. They're going to go put a whole bunch of stores all over the country. So really looking forward to the expansion here. Don't have a full position in this yet. Definitely looking at it and looking at it every day. I just don't know if this is the right time to just jump in.
Isn't this just a hot dog company?
No, no, it's not. They're known for their burgers and their dogs, but it's also the Italian beef. I mean, basically, like,
I just don't know. I've never been to it.
Yeah,
so.
you really should have it. You really should try it. It's absolutely delicious. And it has a cult following. It reminds me of things like Bros and Shake Shack, but it's just better than all of those. So.
Awesome. So the one thing that I would say about this is just kind of keep an eye out on how inflation's affecting the business, right? Have they come out with any earnings yet?
Yeah, I can't remember when their last earnings was exactly. Yeah, it was March 10th.
Perfect. So what I would look into those earnings is I want to see their margins and how they're adjusting to the inflation, right? That'd be kind of the things that I'd want to see. Also, do you see price increases, Ryan? Have you seen price increases in the restaurant? Are they trying to pass it on to the consumer?
I don't go as often.
That's kind of what I would look for.
But yeah, but I know, like recently, no, I haven't seen any price increases. I know that the consumer spends on average per trip more at Portillo's than any other restaurant. I believe it's like $8.50 or something like that.
Helps.
Second on the list is Chick-fil-A at $6.50. Just to give you an idea of where that sits. I mean, I'm telling you, when maybe I'm a little bit biased because I'm a Chicago kid and Portillo's is, a Chicago institution at this point. But I'm telling you, try the food. And any of you out there, you can go order some of it. It's good in the restaurant and it's good ordered too.
I will look for it. I will look to try it. I mean, you can't go wrong with a hot dog and a hamburger. I mean, if you don't like those things, I mean, I don't know about you. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's look at some other stocks too. Cleveland Cliffs up, saying Ben. Let's take a look at Cleveland Cliff. Let's take a look. Yesterday we did come back on up through the VWAP. Then we pulled back. We had kind of an inside day. Remember we were talking about this VWAP bounce here, and it did really well when it came back to the VWAP. We held that bounce and then it went right back on up there. So I'm going to be watching today to see what happens in steel, to see if we can continue getting a lift in steel. Remember that the daily chart has kind of like this pullback to the 90 MA that it can come back to. So I wouldn't want to see it hold like 3190s today. Any pullbacks towards the 32, I want to make sure that holds, but I'm going to be watching Cliff to see if we can get that nice push right out the gates, or maybe a pullback towards 32 and then it comes back on up, but definitely need to see it hold that 3190s on those pullbacks. X gonna give it to you. This chart kind of just went sideways yesterday. It kind of did the same, but just didn't push up as high. We'll be watching this one also. Same kind of daily chart, but at least the 90 MA is right below it. So I actually like X a little bit more today than Cliffs, just from the daily chart, but we'll see what happens at the open.
Mitch, real quick before we open here, we're opening in a minute, but I wanted to give you some of these stats since I just talked about them.
Let's do it.
I did not have them on hand, and I did not want to misspeak. So here you go. Average person spends $9.60 at Portillo's. That's first among this type of restaurant. Average restaurant does $7.9 million in revenue, more than 2 times McDonald's and Chipotle. Sales mix consistently the same across the country. They did not lay off or furlough anyone during COVID, and they have the lowest industry turnover. They've never closed a restaurant in the company's history. They're opening in Texas next year, and Texas is the #1 state the company ships to. That's one of the things I mentioned. Breakfast will be discussed in the future. They have 67 restaurants in 9 states, all profitable. They ship to all 50 states, and they hope to open 600 more locations in the next 25 years. Texas beginning next year. Good luck, everyone.
Baby. Boom. With that being mentioned, I'm going to be watching ADM, also farm product stock that pulled back 2 days. Look for this one to get strong right out the gates here. Look how we're getting that nice push. I'll look for a VWAP bounce play in this one. This is ADM farm product stock. Let's see what happens out there, guys. Let's have some fun. Let's do this market. Let's make a little bit of money.
NAOV first move out of the open is up.
Let's make that money, guys. You guys have some fun out there. Let me know how the stream is going. If anything's messing up, I'll go ahead and I'll check it on out. Taking a quick look at AMC here. We are getting a pullback in AMC. Going to keep an eye on it. Went down really quickly towards that 28.50. We want to make sure that 27.62s hold. We're looking for a push back towards 30 here on AMC.
Looking around here, folks.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's look for some trades. Like, you know, always right out the gates, we're going to be paying attention to some trades here. I'm going to bring up the music a little bit so we can focus in here and try to nail some trades out the gates. Let's see what we got here. All right.
You've got Apple trying to break resistance of yesterday, which is around the 179. Wouldn't be surprised if this goes to 180.
183,
so far,
183 and change. I can't remember exactly what the sense is, but 183.73 or something like that is exactly a $3 trillion market cap, by the way.
All right.
Any pullback in BTU?
Here you go. I got a trade on Hood. We talked about the $15 buy. I've got filled 500 shares at 15.03. My take profit is 15.36. My take loss is 14.72. Let the fun begin on Hood, HOOD. And of course, if you want to take profits a little earlier, you know, based on what you're seeing in the markets, that's completely fine. I'm going to go ahead and try to hold on to this one and see how we can react. You've also got this ticker here, ISIG. Any insight on this one? Looks like a nice little break over over $10. Let me just try to take a crack at maybe 100 shares here if I still have some day trade power. Looks like I do. Stop loss will be 971 on this one. So I've got that. Let's pull up this. We've got Hood.
Looking for any VWAP pullbacks in coal today. Coal looking really hot out the gates here. Looking for any VWAP pullbacks. Not seeing any yet. But BTU, wouldn't you know it? Already pushing. It's up 5.6% already. Steel. Let's look at the X out the gates here. Nice little push there in X. Like this pullback if it could get towards 36.80s.
Let's see what GameStop's doing here.
Yeah, I like that push there.
I'm going to set an alert on GameStop around, let's just say the 150s. Let's call it 152 so I can pay attention to it. But got that alert set there. Now you've got Hood popping up here. You're up about 10 cents in the money, nothing crazy. And you're up about 30 cents on ISIG.
All right, looking for a pullback here on X towards 36.75. Is going to try to get into the 80s here. Limit out there to get it at 83s. Let's see if I get a fill here.
Sorry, what's the ticker? My bad. I was in
X.
There we go. I got you.
His favorite X going to give it to him, Zunaid.
I'm trying.
My bad.
All right, there he goes. Just got the fill there. Looking to add here at 75 if I can. It went really quickly back towards the 80s. All right, we're looking good there. An X there on that pullback there. Already back towards 37. Let's see if it takes out the highs there.
9 pushing out of the open here.
Let me try to find BTU.
CLVR, I think, needs to take out 275.
BTU just ripping, man. No pullback for me to grab there. All right, got a lot of swing trades open, so I'm paying attention to those. One of the things that I like to do on the swing trade is get through the first hour of the day. Usually if I'm still into the green, I feel a lot more comfortable in the positions and I can kind of just set stops and stop watching them. But right out the gates, you want to make sure that your swing trades just don't go really quickly into the red, like on AMC right now.
Like PayPal did?
Like, yeah, or like AMC right now. Testing down there. And so you need to be paying attention to those first. Remember, protection first is always the most important thing.
You've got IMPP moving.
Yeah, the reason I mentioned that is PayPal was trading up in the pre-market, and then as soon as it opened, just big time red candle all the way all the way to the bottom, erasing those the gap up gains. So still up from yesterday. That swing is still intact, still on.
All right, keeping a close eye on CGC. Remember, we're kind of looking for a catalyst bounce there and a nice pop. We'll see if we can get it.
We've got some call buying coming to the 125s on AMD. I'm not going to play it, even though it did break yesterday's resistance, especially because I've already got 2 trades here. On ISIG, you were 50 cents in the money. You could have taken it. I'm hoping for a bigger move. Not going to lie to you. Hood still kind of acting up here. Hasn't given me my profits or my losses yet.
All right, Cliffs with a nice VWAP bounce. I'm looking for X to follow and do the same. You guys can see here, we were looking at steel here in the middle and X. We got the pullback on the VWAP. Cliff just pushed on up. We'll see if it's can take out the highs there. AMC dropping fast here on the left-hand side.
Oh, CLVR, big pop up to 290 right there. This thing's moving fast. I'm not in this, by the way.
All right, seeing a lot of mentions of RMO in the chat. Penny Oil Stocks ripping, says Thrifty. BBIG heading to 4. I saw that one pop yesterday. We drew that one out so perfect. I hope that someone was able to catch that throwback on the VWAP yesterday on BBIG. We'll see if this can continue. There's AMC now, and I'm starting to get into the red. The big thing for me, though, is 27.62. We saw that hold yesterday. If it breaks through that level, I might just go ahead and just cut it right there.
Hood, I'm probably going to get stopped out here as it's about 8 cents away. Let me see what's the action on Hood.
Just got an ad there, an X at the 75 mark. We'll see if these can hold 36.50 pullbacks here.
CLVR seems interesting.
Let's take a look at CGC here. Cliff back at VWAP there. CGC also at VWAP. We'll see if it can hold it, get back up there towards the high. We've been looking for a breakout through the 850s. Don't want to see 775 breakdown on CGC.
All right, with Hood coming down here, the VWAP trade is, trying to get back to the VWAP, it's only going to give me about 15 cents or so. I'm going to see if it can, but I'm actually just going to go ahead and close out this Hood trade here.
Gushing. Gushing. Oil up today, guys.
All right, took a loss on Hood, and I've got ISIG here, 50 cents in the money. If this 10-minute candle on Hood gets above the VWAP, I could get back into it on the long side, but for now, I'm going to go ahead and protect my capital, get out. Let's see what AMB is doing after that. Call buys coming down a little bit. People saying Bob was pushing up. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Yeah.
All right, GDPI is not really doing much for me here, guys. I could hold it, but I'm just going to cut it to just kind of get the capital back so I can use it on another trade. Sometimes I have what's called a ticking time bomb. If for some reason I'm noticing a position just not doing anything and I don't see the catalyst coming in, I'm just going to go ahead and close the position versus getting into a loss, right? And so I'll just cut it there. I lost maybe a couple bucks there because it's right by my entry, but cut GGPI there.
Oh, come on. Yeah, really waiting for this ISIG. I'm going to try to take profits right below 12, but I would not be surprised if we marched on higher.
ISPO actually on watch as well.
Actually, here's what I'll do.
Still in the green and X here, but it's fighting to get back above 37. We want to see it take out 37 now and not break the lows here of 36.69.
You got ticker SWN, which is Southwestern Energy.
AMC
moving a little bit here as well.
Lithium starting to make a little bit of a move there. Saw LTHM pick up there, so we're going to watch to see if LAC can make a push through VWAP here.
Our good old friend BBIG approaching 350 here.
BBIG.
Come on.
All right, let's see X take out 37 here. This being a good look. I also gave out a call out on LAC. This is one of my favorite lithium players. You can see here we just got a basing action by the 3284s. We look for a breakout through 3325s. Let's see if we can get that move. Zim, what's the deal? Sudden tanker? I don't know, John. I'll try to take a look a little bit later.
AMD
there was option flow earlier this week on Zim.
Yeah, it was.
John. Tom's asking, do you guys use movers or scanner when the market opens? Tom, I use the scanner because I have a more specific scan that I run during the open market.
You're up almost $1 now on those ISIG. I'm going to be greedy here. I'm not going to take my profits. I'm going to move them up here real quick. Hopefully I didn't get filled. Nope, didn't get filled. Look, you're up $1. Please, please go ahead and take your profits. I'm not, because I already took some on the E-Trade side. And for this, for, you know, show purposes, I'm going to let this one ride a little bit. But please, please lock in your gains. You're up a whole 1.5 on this trade. Yeah, see, this is why I closed the hood, because that VWAP just came down way too much, and I couldn't do much with it. AMD. So I was hoping for AMD. You see how this 10-minute candle closed green? I was interested, and I was hoping for it to come back and test the 124s to start nibbling on some calls, but unfortunately, it just never came. I missed it by 50 cents. But here we go. Break above 12 for ISIG would be great to make its march towards 13. Let's go ahead and take a look at the daily on this one. Expand this baby out. Take a look at the daily. Let's see what we're looking like. So here's why I wanted 12 as my first profit target, which is what I did take on E-Trade, because you can see the daily level on the 9th kind of hit that resistance area. Now we're going to try to make a march towards some more highs. Ideally, if we could get to like the 16s, that'd be great. But I'm going to try to take it at 1377s. But that's the reason I wanted 12 to be my first take profit, which I did on the E-Trade side.
Stop out in X here.
Put up X for you right there, buddy.
Yeah, about to get stopped out.
All right, taking a trade here on VYNT. Long at 195, hoping for a pop above 195 here. There's a refresh seller, so they're going to need to take this. They're trying. They're chomping it. Big time refresh seller here. Holy smokes. Let's see if they take that down.
Looking at LAC here.
We're going to wait for it to set up again.
Looks like ticker AUUD is popping here. Let's go ahead and pull it up on this side of the life. AUUD. I'll grab a little bit of size here. Market that bad boy. Let's see what we get filled at. Got an ugly fill at 240.
All right, looking at LAC, just want to let you guys know, might get long on this.
Buoy call. I was looking at VYNT, Victor Yankee November Tango. John, nice job on the IQ trade. That's what I'm talking about, my man.
Avis coming down, $5 bounce could be decent, but it looks like you already kind of got that. I don't necessarily have a read on it. I don't know if anyone else here does, but
long on LAC.
Nice.
Want to see this pop on up through the 32s here, get towards 32.25. Should be
VYNT on 185 again. There's a humongous seller here. See if they take it in again. Oh my gosh, they're pulling back off of it again. Let's see if third time's a charm here.
AMD just chugging along. What's the ticker you're in, Ryan?
VYNT. The spot's at 185. There's a gigantic seller there. You have monster volume. If that goes, I think this is going to have to move up.
I got you, pal.
All right. AMC starting to get back into the red there. It was into the green for a little bit. I do have a stop set at that below that level 27.55s. I have the set right now. Gotta be careful in the LAC here. If it breaks 80s, we're gonna have to go ahead and get on out here. Didn't hold the pattern. It's starting to break the support. Can hold this and come and recover, but if it breaks through the 80s, we got to be out. At least I'm gonna be out.
Here, I'll put you up right there.
Had a good level. Some volume came into it, but really quickly rejected that level. Out. There you guys have it. 2 losses today. Definitely need to go ahead and bounce back. Little traps, bullish traps here, guys. LAC and X with some bullish patterns, but not holding the pattern at all.
Okay. VYNT took that 185 out. Let's see if we can get some push here. Volume was just absolutely incredible. 188 now. Ask on VYNT. 188 down. Here's 189. See if we can keep pushing here.
Missed the pullback in BTU already. Was looking at some other trades. Stopped out AMC, guys.
On this AUUD, I'm going to just take profits at 249 if I can get it.
191 up on VYNT.
Yes, sir.
Starting
I see
to
that
feel a
for
little
you.
heavy here.
Missed that BTU pullback.
All right, AUUD went in and took profits. 249s.
191 down. Here's 192. They took 192. Man, this is strong here. 193 up on VYNT.
Nice.
194 up on VYNT.
Twitter's talking AMD 125 calls. Yeah, we mentioned that as soon as they were buying them. Oh, matter of fact, here's AMD. Ooh, let's see. Oh, my E-Trays just crapped out on me. Oh, you got 195 now.
195. Let's see if they take 195 down. Nope. No, they're going to pull it back. There's 195. Okay, I'm actually going to take this and wait for it to set back up. I think that we could get another run in this. So the high from the pre-market here was 209 on VYNT. So now that we're this is actually great. A little bit of a pullback here is great, especially after a profitable trade. I took one loss, a very small loss, like $60 loss, and then just took a win here. I'm up $90 on the day on 2 trades. So not great yet, but I think that the big trade here, remember we talked about this yesterday, the big trade here might actually come in the afternoon. There is absolutely monster volume on this. In fact, what are we at? Traded 12.5 million shares here already today. I'd like to see this pull back. I'd like to see it hold VWAP at 184. Let me turn my VWAP on my chart. I'd like to see it hold VWAP at 184 and then attack that high at 209 at some point later in the day. If we get more volume in there, I think that's going to be your big play. But not bad to start the day off here.
Nice trade there, man. On AMD, I went and took some small share size here for us to kind of watch on AMD. But I am in the calls as well. This is a riskier trade, so my size is low. But I've got AMD 125 calls expiring this week. I got filled at 209. And because I'm a degenerate, I also went in and got the 127 calls expiring this week. I got filled at 134. You're looking at the same prices right now if you want to get looking at those. Come on, AMD. Come on.
One thing I will mention, we'll take a look here to see what happens. SPY pushing back towards 460s here. Let's see if we can get back above 461.
Come on, AMD. Now, ISIG, you were in the money by about $1.50 or so. So if you didn't take profits, I mean, we got into this trade at 10.50. It went all the way up to 10.41s. You've got to scale out. There's just no way you can leave that money hanging up there. And Ryan, great job taking profits on VYNT.
Yep.
Now it's below 180s.
Yep. But you know what? Again, you timed that perfectly. Thanks, says Bowie Call. You're welcome. See, this is the thing. When you see these enough, this is all pattern recognition. There's no secret sauce or anything. I mean, if you want the scanner settings I use in Pro, I'd be happy to give them to you. I learned this from one of my mentors. It's literally pattern recognition. And the thing here about this pullback that we're seeing, this is great because this is going to shake out all of those flippers like me and all of the weak hands. And if it sets up 196 as a spot, so I'm literally looking for this thing to take out 196. If it doesn't, it's just a no trade for the rest of the day. Super easy.
I hear you, pal.
Some of these move really, really fast, and it makes it harder to trade. This one was pretty nice, though. It was just a 1 cent kind of step up all the way up to the top. I didn't get the top, by the way. Top was 196. I think I sold at 194 as it pulled back off of that. So
AMD trying to bounce up here from VWAP. You can see we got additional shares on AMD. Sorry, give me a sec here. Just got an alert on something.
So that dip on PayPal right out of the open was bought right back up. So that's good. That initial sell down was totally bought back up. So that swing is cooking right now. Good stuff.
Yeah, AMD got some of the 125 calls. You can see I bought a couple more shares on the TradeStation side for us to enjoy and watch.
Real quick, let me address Bowie Call here. So here, let me actually make this a little bit bigger so you guys can all see it. So the scanner that I'm using to do these trades with you folks every morning is these settings. This subtype here, this is basically getting common shares, ADRs, and ETFs. I'm not interested in trading ETNs, warrants, and funds and stuff. So this is just the default setting I leave it on. I'm only interested in liquid stocks for this particular strategy. So I use a volume over 1 million filter to make sure I can get in and out of it. I'm not some baller trading 1 million shares. So as long as it trades 1 million shares, I'm going to be able to get in and out with my several thousand share position. The key, the linchpin of this scan here is going to be relative volume. I'm looking for stocks that have 3 times the relative volume that they normally would during that time period. Remember, the opening is different than midday. So using our relative volume here, which also takes into account the 5-minute window that the stock is currently in, is imperative to executing the strategy. Otherwise, you would get false readings. Again, this is pretty much the linchpin of this scan. This is what I'm looking for. Volume is important in these plays. If you do not have volume, there is no trade. Remember that. And then the other thing is because I'm a long bias trader, I'm trying to get things that curl up. I don't need something that's taking out the high of the day. If it put in a high of the day and it's pulling back and starting to curl back up, that's good too. So I have a change percent over the last 1 minute window of 0.2. You can play with this figure, but I don't want it too high because I don't want the stock to have to put in its move before it appears on my scanner. I want to catch that little bit of curl at the bottom. Any one of you that has Benzinga Pro can go do this. If you don't have Benzinga Pro, go get the trial, see if this scanner works for you. You get total access to it real time, the whole 9 yards. So and if you want me to kind of go over what it is that how I do this, I'd be happy to do that anytime. Now, as far as the exit, real quick, who we call, as far as the exit there, I was strictly watching the level 2. Strictly watching the level 2 in the time and sales, and it looked like it started to get a little heavy and the sellers started to come back in. So I took my gains off the table, and again, I'm going to wait for that to set back up.
All right, we'll say that Chinese EV doing well today. LI looking for a scalp there. Could be scalped above 28 is what I'm looking at. You can see NIO, strong day, XPEV, and Ford and GM coming back here now. Tesla also having a good day there. So you guys see Tesla trying to push on up there. So that looks interesting also.
Ask Clappers, Ryan, where did you get your education? You seem to know all of the nuances of trading. Thank you for the knowledge bombs. Boy, I'll tell you what, if I knew all of the nuances, things would be a lot different. I certainly don't. This is a learning experience every day for me, and it should be for you as well. As far as my education, people that had more experience than me. I have multiple mentors that have been involved in the stock market for decades on end. I use YouTube content. I talk to people like Mitch and Zunaid who have differing strategies and differing opinions than me. Anytime I'm wrong or anytime someone has a differing opinion than me, I get excited because that's a chance for me to learn something. I put all of those things together, and then most importantly, I do what works for me. I do not compare myself against people that are making $1 million in a year because that's just not feasible for me to compare myself to that. I'm constantly trying to better myself, and I view myself as my biggest opponent every single day.
There's that scalp opportunity for LI. I'm going to miss it, but it did look good.
I'm going to add some more contracts here. I'm going to add the 125 calls. I got filled at 192. Went ahead and added. You see how this bounce tested 124s and it's coming back? I wanted to add 50 shares on the TradeStation side as well. Could go completely wrong. On the ISIG trade, looks like the 1250 is acting as resistance. You're also looking at crowd. If it can come back and test VWAP at the 225, I can grab some calls there as well.
Got stopped out in LAC and then it broke high of day. So if you guys are watching LAC, it happens. That's going to happen sometimes. You're going to get stopped out. And that's why I like swing trading a little bit more. It would have been a smaller position, would have been able to get around that little pullback there and would be into the green now. But that's how it is. The battle between day trading and swing trading. This is why I think I'm going to be moving back towards mainly swing trading. That's where my bread and butter is. That's where I make the most money.
Money.
DATS. This was a trade from not yesterday, but the day before. Looks like this is trying to take a spot. Might be at 3 here on DATS, 301. Let's see what we got on the level 2. I don't have a reading on 3 yet. That's the one thing I don't like about Thinkorswim is I feel like I don't get a full order book.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
that's why I don't even like personally. One, the level 2 moves hella quick for my brain to process. What the hell is going on? But 2, I know on the E-Trade side of things, it's a little easier for me to look at it because of the color combos I have. But even then, I know it's not the full order book. But by the way, there, look at that jump on AMD. Nice test of the 124s. We added some contracts, the 192s that we added here. I'm going to start taking just a nibble of profits here. I'm going to go ahead and sell some at 208 just on the ads that I had on the 192s to kind of just lock in some gains in case the market turns on me. There's crowd never really giving me a chance to come back in at 125, but moving on up nicely. And ISIG trying to break that 1250, baby.
Real quick here, Ron, what is your RVOL, Ryan? I missed it. It's 3. It has to be 3 or greater. So I don't have an upper boundary. Lower boundary is 3. Nick, you said, Ryan, if you do not mind, I'd like to apply to have your mentorship if you have some time. I do not mentor in private. I'm not licensed to do so. The good news is you don't have to sign up because any of the mentoring that I do, we do here as a community for free. We have no secrets.
Are you all monitoring the Benzinga Discord? I do not. I don't know if Mitch does.
Yeah,
not always. Let's just be honest. One thing I manage our channel, our live trading channel. I do take a look at that. But there's a lot of channels on there, guys. So there's going to be different people that lead the different channels.
Yeah, and I'll say this about Discord. I really like Discord. I really like what it's done. I know that there are a lot of stock Discords. I'm not really in them because I'm part of the Benzinga community. That's really been the only community I've really needed. However, I will say that I'm kind of the boomer in this case, in this regard. I don't know all of like the advanced functionality that Discord can do and all of that. And as a result, I don't spend as much time in there as I should. I believe my Discord handle is Nightfall, KNIGHTFALL. That's what most of my online handles are. But I can double check that for you. In fact, let me do that right now.
Come on, AMD. I need you to close. You got 30 seconds on this 10-minute candle. Just if you can go above 125, that'd be great. Doubt it in 30 seconds, but
Julio, another Chicago boy. Absolutely love it. I'm from the north side of Chicago. I say Chicago because people recognize it, but I'm actually in a burb.
You've got Tesla trying to test the previous close, which is about 1100. What a number to be on. Trying to break above it. You can see it again acting as resistance, not just because it's the previous close, but also because that whole number of 1100 came back, tested VWAP just like crowd did, and bounced. AMD closed that 10-minute candle above. It's looking okay. It's not looking the best. Low consolidation is fine. Death cross on S&P 500 apparently. Come on, AMD. Come on, AMD. Break that 125, and then we get to the highs. Come on. Come on. All right, there's 125 on AMD, trying to carve above, and the high of day is 125.67. All right, I'm going to get rid of about 75% of the contracts that I added on the 192 fill on the 125s. Got filled at 225 here. So that's about 30 cents per contract on the ads. The original buy, which was at 209, is still in the money if you want to take those profits as well.
Oh, SoFi did boom. Nice call, Chris.
Let's go ahead and take a look at SoFi here then. Man, I really want crowd to come down. I'm going to set an alert here on crowd. SoFi, is it above 10? You bet you're behind. It is. Nice. Look at that break above VWAP. Came back, tested 10, give you 30 cents. That's awesome, man. Nice trade if you got it.
Oh, we got a guy that grew up near Wrigley. All right, north side. Yeah, I'm from the burbs. I was actually born in Evanston, Julio. Born in Evanston.
You got ISIG for the third time, trying to break the 1250s. We've been here before, but can we knock it down this time around? And we do.
Sure do. Wow. So what's your sell point there, Zunaid?
1377 is my sell point. Probably
you might get that. Look at this run.
Yeah, yeah. So hoping to crack that, but you know, we shall see what happens.
ISIG up 47% right now. Wow. Andrew post north side. We're going for 13 here on ISIG, folks. There it goes. 13 down. Incoming, Zunaid. You about to cash out, my friend.
I sure hope so. I'm going to close some on the E-Trade side. Thanks. I was paying attention to the trade. I'm going to go ahead and close out some more on the E-Trade side of things at 13.16. I've only got 25% on the E-Trade side of things. On TradeStation, you can see I'm looking for that 13.77. Give me 50 cents more, baby. Come on. Let's rock with it. On AMD, we're above VWAP. Couldn't quite break high of day, but let's keep it moving. Tesla trying to go above the previous close of 1100. Hasn't quite done it just yet.
New highs again on ISIG.
Yep.
1330s day high.
Yeah. Yep. SoFi coming back down. Come on, baby.
See, Zunaid, this is, I think, what's impressive about your trading. If I was in this trade and I saw it pull like that, I'd want to exit at market and then wait for another setup. Whereas you're being more patient and waiting for your spots to get hit. And it looks I don't want to make an early call, but
I hear you.
You're going to get rewarded there.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Keep in mind, on the E-Trade side of things, I do take my orders, right? So like I know my levels and I go ahead and take the market orders. Now, what I don't do, Ryan, that you do well, is I don't get back in the trade. Like, for example, now if I get filled at 1377, I probably won't get back in this one unless it gets to like 12. So like I'm like very stubborn in terms of like I want my VWAP, I want my hold numbers, or I'm not touching shit. You know what I mean?
But this is what we're talking about, Zunaid. These are systems that work for each of us, and while they're slightly different, neither is wrong. And I can't stress that enough. Here you go. There it is.
Broke it up. There it is.
Oh, the great trade.
1377. Thank you. 1377.
Look at
400 shares. We got about $250. Let's see what we're up today on the day. 362 on an account that has, I think this account has 26,000 in it. Yeah, there you go. 26,000. Obviously it's a margin account as well, but there's the break on 14.
Nice
I'm going to close out some more here on E-Trade. Now I literally only have 20% size left on that.
God, unbelievable call, guys. This is it. We're making money today. What a play is right.
It's been a good day. AMD can make it that much juicier if we can go ahead and get this continuation here. Right now, it's just consolidating around VWAP, which isn't bad.
Zunaid with the win here, guys. Coming on through. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Keep it going, guys. Let's see what's going on out there. All right, looking at AGRI here, guys. This is an agricultural input stock. It's called Agri-Force here. Looking for a pushback through VWAP here. Thinking about taking a long off the 380s here. Seen a lot of volume come in through the 390s and the 4. It'd be a breakout to 4, so this is going to be a bigger size position, just tighter on the risk.
Nick saying he lost 500 on AMD. The entry was wrong. Talk to me. Talk to me on what your entry was. I mean, keep in mind, I haven't exactly taken profits on AMD here on the share side. On the option side, I've been scaling out, especially on the ads. But and look at that. Hit my, well, what did it get to? It got all the way to about, ISIG hit all the way about 1442. So I obviously filled at 1377, I think it was. And now it's coming back down. But here's AMD, though. If this 10-minute candle closes below VWAP, which has got about 4 minutes to do, I will go ahead and close out of the position. I might be slightly red based on the scale outs and where we end up closing the rest of the position, but TBD.
Trying WWR here at 212, hoping for a break and pop here. We got some news on rare earth, although it's pulling back off that spot. Let's see if we take out 212 here. WWR.
Yeah, 212 is the previous high.
Long
Definitely
AGRI.
All right.
Looking for a push back through 4.
Come on, AMD. Don't do this. Come on back up. Come on back up, baby.
SPY coming down a little bit there, guys. Be careful.
I find that Benzingers tend not to scale in as stock rises. They wait for pullbacks. Yeah, to me, it's just, I'm brown. I like discounts. Call it what you want. You've got AMD looking ugly, but your WWR, though.
WWR through here. So
yeah, I don't like to scale in as stocks rising because you're just pushing up your average price.
You already took the trade?
Yep,
You already took the profits, I mean? Nice.
Yep. Quick trade there.
Way to go.
So reason for that, real quick, Zunaid. This is definite. This might go higher. I'm okay with that. I don't need to hit tops to be happy. I need to be green to be happy.
I hear you. On this, I'm sorry, real quick. On this ISIG, as you can see, it's coming back to test the 1290s. I'm going to take a very, very small size, taking 25% of what my usual size was on this first trade. And my stop loss is going to be below 12. I'll tell you exactly where my stop loss is. Give me a second as I place it. I'm using an active trader here. So 1177 is my stop loss. My fill was 1289. I don't really love that fill, but it is what it is. I apologize, Ryan. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was saying the reason I take gains, the lower the price of the stock, the more quickly I'm liable to take gains. I try to stick to the same position size, but sometimes when these stocks get to be $1 or $2, I might even increase that a little bit just because of the low initial cost. But sometimes these will pull back real quick, right?
Yeah.
And if you'll notice from my screen here, go ahead and put my screen here. The level that I had was 217. I had this marked off from before. I had this ready. So as soon as we got there and we were able to hold that, I was like, okay, I'm going to take my profits here. Now, if it goes higher, it goes higher. But it also might do exactly what a VN, what was it, VNTR? VYNT. It might also do the same thing. It might also pull back, and it might pull back quickly. So I'd like just to wait for it to set up again, make sure I have gains in my pocket. We were able to take this one pretty quick. I was in that trade for less than a minute. I mean, you can't
yeah, that was a beautiful trade right there. You've got ISIG now. Our fill was, let me just look on E-Trade, not E-Trade, Thinkorswim. Our fill is 1289. We're going to try to take profits at around 13 here. Let me do a, how do I do, oh, there it is.
Guys, I do want to state that I think tech is a little bit weak today. It's weird to see NVIDIA down 2 days in a row.
Look at Square
and Q's going up, so. Yeah, Kevin, I don't want to talk about LAC no more. Did you guys see it?
No. I can pull it up, though.
Look at that. Look at that. Get stopped out, then get squished. Now the FOMO is real.
Those are the moves that make me question myself. And I hate it. I hate when it happens.
You know what this makes me question?
Life?
No, just going back to the bread and butter, which is swing trading. looks like we're probably going to go back towards that because we're getting way too many stop outs, small stop outs, and not big stop outs, but we're getting way too many stop outs. And I'm more of a person that I look for higher accuracy. And so this lower accuracy day trading is just not cutting it now. It was for a little bit there in this market, but I think I'm just going to go back to the bread and butter because I would have gone in here with, let's say, a 20 share position versus what I went in with, which was a 100 share position. And I would have been able to give myself about $1 or $2 on the risk side and giving myself a potential $3 or $4 on the plus side. So I would be still in the name here, but getting close towards the reward and got around the volatility there.
You've got Tesla that broke above the previous close of 1100 and now it's popping as well. You've got calls coming in on the Tesla side too. Nice little pop. Look how it held VWAP, broke the previous close. Now it's making its march towards 1110s. ISIG trying to make a move back above as well. Crowd tried to get some calls, but it was a little bit spready. But I was looking at the 230s. Yeah, the spread's like 50 cents on 350 calls, so I couldn't get filled there. Probably should have taken equity, but that's all right. Now, this AMD, I've got a decision to make. Let's see what my contracts are down. Contracts are down about 12% on the original buy.
Long Lucid.
All right, I'll put that up for you here. LCID, there you go. If you're uncomfortable with the position size that you have on AMD, this is not a bad spot to get out because it's testing VWAP. Realistically, it's a good short idea, but manage your position.
All right, at least one of the swing trades is working. This is why I like the swing trades. Is a look at lithium now. It's got me around the volatility of 2 days that was on the pullback, and now I'm getting a big breakout. It's exactly what I want to be, and that's why I can tell you guys the difference, and you guys can see the difference there between the day trade and the swing trading action.
So real quick on the WWR trade, I see someone asking, what is WWR? WWR is the ticker. It's Westwater Resources. That's Whiskey Romeo. We had a squawk here. It's now a post here in the news feed. Westwater Resources shares spike higher following a headline, Biden poised to work to develop better metals. Westwater describes itself as an explorer and developer of mineral resources that are materials essential to clean energy. So this also kind of goes with the lithium theme that we're talking about. Whenever you have a headline like that or some type of catalyst like that, if you see a stock moving on volume as you do in WWR, that to me is the trigger that, hey, this might be in play to trade. Look at the volume sticks. Look at this volume down here. Look at this. That happened as soon as that headline came in. That's good. I already had levels here, so it was easy for me to actually trade those levels. We'll see if it sets up again.
All right, on ticker, where'd it go? Come on. HST. You've got $15 calls being purchased, but it expires like 2024. So I try to hop in this trade here. I'm going to go ahead and quickly just close it. I thought it was a lot closer. Look at that pop now we got. All right, cool. I made about $40 on that. Now, let me explain what I just did and why I did and why I tried to rush into it. Whenever I see $1 million come into a call option, I'm trying to get in pretty much no questions asked. Then I go ahead and take a look at, hey, is it near term? Is it far term? Whatever. This is about 1.5 years, 2 years away from expiration. I don't care about that. I don't have time to wait. So that's why I went ahead and closed it out as soon as I did, because other people, I believe, are the same exact way. Now, if these calls expired, let's say, I don't know, 3 months, 6 months from now, then I would keep my position. But sorry for the quick 2-second trade, but I hope you understand why I did what I did. But yeah. Let's see what ISIG is doing there. Sorry, it's still above 13. Holding VBAB very well.
All right, guys, around 10:40, we're going to be wrapping on up and getting us over to Hyliion. So smash the like, guys. We got about 30 minutes left, a little under 30 minutes. So definitely hit the like. Let's see if we can get to 500 likes today. I'm putting it out there for the challenge for the team. If you guys been enjoying Zunaid taking some shots, I haven't been doing that great today, but like always, going to keep taking some shots. Ryan having some good trading today, like always. And you guys out there, hit the like button, support us. We do this absolutely free. And let's see if we can get some more runners today.
Let me go ahead and look at crowd. Crowd, please don't. If crowd is above 230, I'll be a little sad.
All right, Lucid working well.
That's
Let's see if it breaks the high of the day and continues to make a run.
Let's take a look at Snow. Snow trying to break above the previous close here. Let me go ahead and have the 10-minute. The 10-minute is up. I will take a shot at it. Let me see what Snow's doing here on the contract side of things. Spready. Don't like it. Don't like it. Hell no. All right, I'm going to take a YOLO on Snow here real quick. Literally just going to grab about a few contracts here. Got filled on 260 calls on Snow. Got filled at $98. 260 calls expiring this week. Got filled at $98. Hoping for Snow. I'm trying to front run, but I'm hoping for Snow to break the previous close of 240 and make its march towards the 250s. There's AMD coming back from the dead. Contracts that we bought are now at $2.
Want to give some alert. The cannabis stocks are starting to move. I know Ryan will probably take a quick look at Clever Leaves. That one looks interesting. It's getting towards the 290 area. Would look for a pop through 3. That's an interesting one to take a look at. You can take a look at some other cannabis stocks also. Tilray is one that likes a trend when it starts trending. Through. So definitely those look interesting right now. Cannabis stocks starting to move. Still in CGC. Could make an ad, but we'll see what happens there.
So real quick, Mitch, you literally called that, and as you were talking, it did it. So Cloverleaf here, we talked about this earlier today. It put in a spot at 291. It traded back down, and then as it traded back up towards the spot, look at the volume. Look how it expands down here. These volume sticks get bigger and bigger, and what happens? It took out that 291. Now, so far, it's only popped 3 cents above 291, so not great yet, but my suspicion is that we keep going higher here on CLVR. So I'm not in this right now. That happened too quick, but Mitch, exactly as you were talking, it literally took that key level out. Pretty good time, man.
Hey, that's how it is sometimes, guys.
Your Snow contracts, you're up about 15% on those, so start scaling out depending on your position size. There's AMD trying to break 125 all in this one candle here. We've got about 230 left in that candle, and you can see on ISIG, I went ahead and got some shares on the trade station side of things so we can watch along. Stop loss is going to be below 12, got in at 1266. And there's Snow breaking above 240. Make your march higher, baby. Come on. Calls are up 20%. Don't let it go green.
Don't let it go green.
Sorry, red. I'm colorblind. What?
I was like, that sounds great.
Buy average.
Make all my trades go green, bro. Come on.
Oh man.
CLVR pushing more now. It looks like that wants 3.
Thinking about maybe adding to Lucid, but just with 2 or 3 losses today, that's kind of one of our rules that I'm not allowed to. Even though the trade looks good, I'm just going to leave it alone. Agri's starting to come back towards 390s. Need to see it get hot there. SPY turning around a little bit there. We'll see what happens if the SPY starts breaking down big.
You mentioned wheat stocks. You've got Kern kind of moving here now up to the 127s.
There you go. The cannabis, man. Cannabis on watch, definitely. Kern, yeah, nice little push there. CGC was thinking about adding there, but now we're up there towards the 830s. I'm just going to let this trade work. We're deep into the green here, so let's just let it work. Also, LTHM, deep into the green now. That's at $26, guys. We got in there at 24.80s and added to this swing trade. So original entry was actually lower than that. Now we're up there a pretty good amount. Almost we're over $50 on the swing trade, which is actually a decent amount there for the swing trade. Let's let it keep working. What's the first profit area is going to be into the 27s.
On ticker ISIG, you can see obviously on the Thinkorswim side, we're profitably here. But on the trade station side, 1266 was our fill. Why? Because it was near VWAP and below 12 was our stop loss. About 50 cents to go from our target profit there. AMD coming back down, as is Snow. And this is why you got to scale out.
Hey, sometimes you're going to be right about LAC. Sometimes you're going to be wrong. And this is when I can tell you that a lot of times there's going to be trades that you can execute bad. And even though it was a green kind of day, right? And so there you guys have it. Bad execution on me, but I see a couple people in the chat killing that LAC move. So glad that you guys are making that money. Looks like Trill is up in MP. This is one I talk about all the time, the leader in lithium in my eyes. Why do I think it's the leader? Because it has a tendency of moving first, and then you see the industry kind of follow.
Here, let's see. KERN. I'm going to take a shot here. Usually, I don't like these type of stocks, but why not? Don't go up. Just a weed play, trying to play some lower float, if you will, or lower price stocks. I don't think
Actually good volume here. Good volume. Spots 128. High a day I got 127 here. Interesting find here.
ISIG trying to make a move, coming back to test VWAP, and there's AMD closing the 10-minute candle above VWAP, and now it's making its way towards 125. Just flirting with us in this $2 range between 123 and 125. Need it to continue higher.
Nice volume on Kern here. Trying to figure out what's going on with this. This was a good spot to me. Who
that Kern, I'm so upset.
Why is that?
Because I was literally talking about grabbing a boatload with Spencer the day before it pushed off the 145s.
The 145s.
This is moving with the cannabis sector. A lot of these cannabis names are moving. Clover was that too.
It's a cannabis technology company. So think about it like a PayPal for cannabis. So a lot of it, what it does is it keeps a lot of data from all the people that use their payments software. And so one of the things that I think Kern has an advantage in, it's that it's been collecting data to understand the consumer and giving great consultation, right? And so I think this is one that I really do think in the long run has built up some tech stack that makes it valuable. Now, of course, the stock has been going down and down and down, so you got to be careful with a name like it. But I'll tell you, at least from my look into the business, it seems interesting. It just always has a tendency of fading away.
Look who it is. Zinger Buddy decided
Buddy!
to today. How's it going? He likes the smell of my smoothie.
There you go. All right, AMD breaking above 125. Need it to hold. Need it to hold. And you've got Snow breaking above the 241s. Those calls are now up 40%. Scale the F out. I'm going to go ahead and close out some here. Got filled at 135, scaled out half my size on 135 on Snow, ticker SNOW.
Real quick, Black Mage, man, I'm just getting burned left and right today. If that's how it feels, there's nothing wrong with taking a step back. All three of us do that. When it's not our day, we just take a step off. Don't force it and make it worse.
Yeah.
The market will be here for you tomorrow.
Honestly, if I didn't have LTHM, a couple swing trades into the green right now, I'd probably be completely done.
Current indeed looking to break that 120 or towards 130. Now currently at 128. Our fill was at 126. My take profits can be at 134. So it's got a little bit of ways to go. And there's AMD still above 125 and ISIG hanging out around 13 bucks.
I'm trying this here. I'm trying 130 here. I know it's a little extended, but there's a huge bid under it. They were hitting it, so it's real. We're at 130 by 131 right now. Let's see if we push up here. Stop's going to be real tight.
Give me 3-4 more cents, and bang, just got filled on the way out at 134.
144 is the resistance, and then 150 above it resistance.
Ryan, I appreciate you putting your $1 million worth of it to get my limit filled. I appreciate that, my man.
Yeah, I didn't, and now I'm under because I didn't do what you did. So shame on me. Zunaid,
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh.
Buy it back.
Zunaid took your shares. That's what happened.
Zunaid totally just sandbagged me on this. Now we're dropping. I'm gonna have to take an L because of Zunaid now.
That's how. See, people pump and dump within 30 seconds. I pumped and dumped and gave y'all 5 minutes to get in with me.
I joke around. You know, all jokes aside, though, this thing, it went right back to 131 and then yanked again.
I'm going to try again. So, look, I'm going to buy once more. Here we go. Got in at 127. Same exact thing. Let's see if it works out.
All right, guys. Let's see if Lucid could break the high of the day. Looking for Lucid to break the high of the day and continue going here. Let's see if we can get back into the green on the day. If this could really start breaking out, it could be a good move.
All right, we're back in Kern.
You're back in it?
Yeah, I got back in it because it dipped, right? So I was like, all right, let me try one more time. Back in at 127.
I'm tempted to try it, but I don't want you to sandbag me again. So,
well, I mean, you tried to get in on the ask as it was. See, that's the difference. You're trying to get in on the ask. I'm here just waiting.
I was trying to be an ask clapper.
There. I see what you did there.
We trying to have fun, folks. We trying to have fun.
We do. There's AMD
Nice
above.
clawback. Nice clawback. This hard to do, by the way. When you take a loss early and you try to claw it back, not easy. Good job, man.
Yeah, that's
Appreciate all 802 of y'all hanging out with us, by the way. There's snow. Come on, baby. Let's see what snow's up. We already scaled out at 135s.
Dude, I got snow outside if you want it.
Unless it's going to be giving me money. I'd rather have this one hit my limit.
All right, there's the high of the day in Lucid. Let's see if we get this push through the 2750 area.
I'll put up Lucid somewhere here for you. Let me see. Do I have a 5? I don't think I have a 5.
There's a nice little push there to the 50s, 2760s.
There you go. I've got Lucid up here for you.
Starting to move there. So the ad would have been really nice off the VWAP there. Didn't take it, but it was what I call a throwback, where you get above VWAP and then you get a throwback to the VWAP. So what's the next level for us to look for resistance to come into play? I have actually some good distance, some good room up towards 28 here. So let's see if we can get to 28.
Lucid, nice, man. 2782s.
Yeah, someone at 2782. You see that right there? That order, that 10,000 share order. Someone either stepping up to the plate or selling out there. You can't really know, but definitely a big order there. We'll see what happens here if it can get towards 28.
On Kern here, we got about $10 worth of profit. I'm just going to go ahead and close it or break even. I don't have the patience for it, to be honest, again, for the second time, because it's just, I need something that's going to keep moving. You know what I mean?
I'm not in it.
Yeah. Went ahead and close it out. Looks like I got filled at 126. So I did lose a cent on that trade. So I lost $10 overall. AMD, come on, baby. Get to the 126s, and there's ISIG. You can see on the top of the screen, up about $74 on 100 shares. Take profit is 1370s. So Ryan, if you want to go ahead and just slap the ass for me.
No, I learned my lesson the hard way.
Hey. Be careful slapping that ass.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Make sure you have consent. Today, folks. Make sure you have consent. There it is. Yes, ISIG 1345. AMD above 125. Come on.
Oh, good Lord. Us degenerates.
Somebody's going to get fired.
I like how much fun we're having.
The only way, man, like they said in the chat, can we get this to be an all-day show? Man, that would be something else. I'll tell you right now. I don't think Zunaid and Ryan would complain, but we do.
I definitely would.
Other thing.
I definitely would not.
I would not complain.
We should try it one day, you know?
Yeah.
Because you can have separate streams, can't you?
Yeah, let's do a special day. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call out a special day where we're going to go all day, but guess what? It's only going to be for Benzinga members.
Oh, boy.
You got to join the team, join the squad. See, Miss Whitehorse is part of the squad. That's why she's like green.
Oh, you're talking about you just want the YouTube thing. I didn't know.
Robert's part of the group.
Which way you were going here? And Lucid, man, trying to break that 28. Nice 10-minute candle there. Green adult toy.
Palantir breaking out of its formation. Good call, Chris. You only need to do it one time.
All right. Well, we'll let you know. They're getting their steps on, man. They're learning from you, Zunaid. So once you get your money, sometimes it's time to get the steps on. Right.
So 100%. Look, I've been trying to drink my water. Now I'm at 11 a.m. You know what I mean? So we gotta chug this for sure.
You know how most people, write it as on a Sharpie? No, Zunaid actually got the bottle that tells you like perfect timing, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's called money.
Well, there's Kern, Ryan, went all the way up to 131s. Obviously, we're not in that one. But there's AMD now trying to break it towards the 126s. Let's see what those contracts are up.
I couldn't hear you, Nate. I was getting my water bottle that has time graduations on it, so I know how much I'm drinking.
Hey, mine tells me nice little affirmations, okay? It says, you're feeling awesome. Remember your goal.
Yeah, I'd get upset at that, and I'd throw it out the window. This is actually really helpful, though. What does this hold? 64 ounces?
Yeah, same here. I think this is 64 because I think it's 128 that's a gallon, right? I don't know, but whatever. Why is this happening? Mitch just put us both up and then dipped.
Mitch likes to do that.
Sorry about that. I was letting you guys have your little conversation. I was paying attention to Lucid here.
our little water bromance. But there's Snow trying to break the 244s. Is $2 away, and there's AMD. Come on, man.
The race still going here.
I love Zunaid.
Thinking about cutting Lucid here.
I mean, that's a nice profit taking, man. I'm surprised it went that high.
Like it went all strategies. He has 60. Levels of support like his chart in his water bottle.
Isn't that crazy? Okay, look, let's talk about it. Hold on. Let's talk about it. Let me lock this. Okay, listen. Where is it? Put me full screen. Look at that. Right at 11, I've got resistance, which is good. I guess in this case, it's support. You know, we're trying to get to
Lucid took the profit.
We're trying to get to 1 p.m. But yeah, look. I'm right under resistance. I'm right under resistance.
Remember your goals, bro. Keep chugging.
Well, what's crazy is I've got to have 2 of these, so I have to speed it up. But
do you even have your goals, man? Come on, guys.
I know. Come on.
You need the fib indicator, bro, on that water. Is that the 50%? Or is that the 61.8?
61.8, baby. Always. Hey, Tilray, by the way, now crossing 9. Missed this trade a little bit.
By the way, Kern back up to 131, so I shouldn't have taken a loss.
Yeah. Back to
guys. 10 minutes left, guys. 10 minutes left. Hit those like buttons. Let's go ahead. Support us as we support you guys. We're going to be getting over to Hylion at 10:40. It'll be starting at 10:45, so we'll be ending around 10:40-ish. But definitely smash the like, guys.
Sorry, my cat's trying to murder my birds.
Well, let's not do that.
Yeah, my cat would join the party if he could. Tilray hit 9. Let's take a look at these cannabis stocks.
Yeah, Tilray crossed 9 and went all the way up to the 903s. I'm going to take some small size here on AUUD, not on E-Trade, just over here with you guys for fun.
Whew, that's a nice push there. CGC getting to that level that I talked about that was very important, guys. So CGC's level that's important that it keeps rejecting is 850. Let's see if we can get some real lift there, because if you can see back on the hourly, you're going to see every time we got up into the 40s, we rejected to hold the 50 breakout. Let's see if we can get that 50 breakout and then get towards the high on the hourlies where you have a high of 876.
AMD USOB. Come on, man. Here, you're done with the Lucid trade, right?
Yeah, done with that.
All right, I'm gonna go
close that out.
Then.
Got some of that loss back, man.
Hey, there you go. Snow, wouldn't be surprised for this to come back and test the 238s, maybe even the 240s, just to kind of test a breakout spot there. I am seeing some flow in ticker LAC. Looks like grabbing the $40 calls expiring April 14th, approximately $50,000 worth. And there's my trade on AUUD, trying to take some profits at 254s. Stop loss will be 238. Oh, God, relax. Whoa. Why are we trying to stop me out? But anyway, AMD now under VWAP. God damn it, AMD. Jesus. Like, we scaled out, but, like, we trying to make moves.
AMD is a chop fest.
Right?
That sucks sometimes, man.
And there's ISIG that missed my profit target by 20 cents, coming back down. Lovely. Thank you. I hate all of you. Thank you.
No worries. I love you too.
I know,
yeah, don't hate everybody. It takes way too much.
We don't.
That's why I said they love you too. You know how it is. The hate-love relationship, you know?
Yeah. I mean, yesterday was a tough day, man. Today's been a good day. It's a blessing to do what we do.
You take the blessings when you can get them, right, Zunaid?
Amen, my man. Amen. Now this is a decent ad spot on ISIG. All right, you're just gonna come all the way down for me. Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna try to buy some more. Hang on one sec.
Looking for big pullbacks and Lucid to get back in, but we'll see what happens there. I'll be right back, guys.
Are you gentlemen hodlers? Hodl strategy is saying. So when it comes to Bitcoin, yes, I've never sold any of the Bitcoin that I've either purchased or mined. So I am absolutely considered a hodler. My Bitcoin position is, a couple $1,000, started off as $400 or whatever, $500, whatever it was. So yes, I hodl, hopefully for a huge, 20, 30 bagger.
I was going to do something. I forgot what I was going to do. Damn. What was I about to do, bro? Oh, I was going to buy some more shares of ISIG if it comes down to this area. There you go. 1173 is where I want to try to buy some, and my stop loss is, of course, going to be, I'm going to move this down to about the 39s, and then for this one, I'm going to move my stop loss down to about the 39s, 37s as well, in case I get failed. AMD bouncing back. Thank you, AMD, but can you please just make your move? Good God. And let's take a look at Lucid. Lucid, man, if it can crack above 28s, it could be a party. If Lucid came all the way down to about the 2740s, I'd go ahead and grab some calls. I need it to come down to VWAP. I need you to come on down a little bit to my man VWAP if you can, please. Thank you.
You know it, Zunaid. You know it. I was looking at the same level.
Yep.
So.
And especially because that's the previous close. So, yeah, I 100%.
Yeah, this is, and another reason why I sold it, because I thought it was coming back to that level. I was like, I don't want it to come back all the way down there and give up like 60 cents on the upside there. So I was like, yeah, let's just get out here.
Yeah, I feel you, brother. I feel you.
You've been seeing a lot of those volatility moves where you get that big boost, but then all of a sudden you're right back down. And so that's when I start going back to the swing trading to get around the volatility.
There it is, Lucid trying to go back above. Couldn't quite give us the fill, but Snow trying to make a high a day. AMD coming back up. We might just need to go on all day. I don't know what other shows we got lined up, but
CLVR new highs. So Cannabis Stocks still moving to highs.
There's a CGC high of the day and also Tilray high of the day. There you guys have it. Cannabis getting strong there. We've been watching Cannabis for a while now, so let's keep it going.
All right, Snow high a day. I'm going to go ahead and close out of some more contracts here. Got filled at 145. That's about a 50% gainer. AMD currently up about 12%. It's just been a chop fest. I apologize, folks. And it looks like I, unfortunately or fortunately, went ahead and bought some ISIG here. My average fill is about 1204.
All right, guys, rounding bottom play for Ford here. It's off the hourly support. We'll see if it can hold 1750 pullbacks. Just got back above VWAP if you're looking at Ford. GM has been one that's been pushing, also pulling back towards the hourly support. Let's see if these can continue making moves.
You've got some flow coming into our Roblox. $60 calls on Roblox. Oh, that seems interesting to me. You got my ears perky. All right, there's Roblox, but it's $2 away from where I'd want my stop loss to be. So I'm not interested in this just yet, but keep an eye on Roblox.
Good
All right, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to buy 50 shares here, whatever. I'm in on Roblox. And there's AMD trying to make moves.
Tell you what, CLVR looks like this. We got a spot at 318 from the pre-market high. I think if it takes that out, we got yesterday's high at 328. So it might still be a trade here. I am not in it, but I'm watching it. Pulling back here now, which would actually be good if it consolidated it right around this area. There we go, man.
All right, thinking about a scalp here for GM.
Buy Hood calls, man. Oh my God, if Hood is over 16 or something, I'm a little upset. Oh no, it's all right. Hood would have been bad if I stayed in it. It's just been messing around. It's whatever.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to that man, Chris Ketchy. He's gonna actually be with me when I do Sports Radar yesterday, giving Hood in pre-market and giving us the catalyst. So there you guys have it.
Yeah, definitely. Love that man's knowledge, no question about it, man. But this, let's go back to RBLX, see if we can get a push above. Coming back down. I'm going to grab some more if it can. Coming on down to around here. Grab about shares. It gets down to that level.
Huge push in lithium today, man. It is. Look at this chart. Oh, the FOMO, man. Look at that chart, guys.
Oh,
this
shit.
This is why I was looking at these stocks all week, and this is why sometimes you can plan the best plan. It's all about execution, guys. It's all about execution.
Oh, that's 100% true. I mean, that's the type of chart that makes you think, if I buy it now, it'll just keep staircasing. And then you buy it, and it's like, Zunaid just gets knifed and thrown back down, right?
My heart.
I was sitting at the limit. I was sitting at the bid, man.
my heart.
All right, looks like I just got a notification on ticker AUUD. I did go ahead and get stopped out on that one. I am in this AMD trade. Looks like we are going to go ahead and hop off the air here in a moment. So just for transparency purposes, on the share side, I'm going to go ahead and close out there. On the option side, we're up about 15% on those calls. So, do with that what you will. Your snow calls, you're up about 55%. We got those at 98 cents. Now they're trading at about 155 on the mid. And then what else we got here? Currently in this ISIG, hoping for this one to come back and at least test VWAP if we can.
The Blind Trader, thank you for the compliments. Great to see you around, my man. Hope you are doing well.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, in a second, we're going to start wrapping on up here. We're going to get you guys on over to Hyliion. Get on over and check that out, guys. This is an actual in-person factory interview. We don't do many of these on Benzinga, something that we really want to start doing more of. So if you guys want to go ahead and check that out, this is going to bring you right on over there. Like always, guys, especially if you're starting to wrap up your day, I think this is going to be an awesome show to definitely check on out. There's not many times where I'll tell you guys that I've been truly impressed by a company, and I have been truly impressed by Hyliion. I don't have a position, just want to say full disclosure, I don't have one now, but I am looking forward towards trying to invest into the company. I will let you guys know when I do take the position. But since I'm putting out these videos right now, I want to be full transparent, not have the position, but I do like the stock. I was very impressed with my in-person interviews.
So Buddy just decided that he was going to lay on my keyboard, started mashing the escape key and the F1 key.
He said,
and
I'm
the
out.
key.
Hot key in, he said. Hot key in.
Hot key it in there, baby.
Hot key.
He's learning from Zunaid. But look at this guy. He loves to lay on the desk.
Zunaid's getting that I'm rich call. Look at that. I am rich.
It was just, I mean, sometimes these calls, I'm expecting a call. So I thought that was it. That was not it. It was an automated call, but
Definitely stick around, guys. We're getting into Hyliion Hypertruck ERX. Is an EV a truck that I think is really good in the middle price point. So a lot of people want to ask, what's the competitive advantage here? Is that the truth is to renew your fleet, it's going to be a massive cost. Majority of big companies are going to be struggling to go ahead and take that on. So let's pay attention to Hyliion and the opportunity that it presents itself.
All right. How many more? We got time, or what?
Yeah, we out of here.
About 2 minutes. I'll get us out of here and wrapping up. I just wanted to make sure that we were wrapping up during this time and didn't get too excited into another trade here, then start talking about that all day long. Let's take a look there. LTHM going to keep holding this now towards the 2650s here. It's going to get into that range that I could start taking some profit. Talked about that I wanted to take some profit into the 27. So if I do take some profit on lithium, probably going to take just about a quarter of it off and then look for the move up towards 30 as we're seeing strong day in lithium. Take a look at MP today. Look at that monster rip, guys. Monster rip in MP. Also look for PLL to turn around. It actually was red on the day, turned around, and then just started rocketing. Look at that. Definitely lithium into play today. So another one you could take a look at, SQM. SQM has been a real big gainer, and this is at least they're diversified. They're not only lithium, but you can tell here. Look at that chart. Look how this has been taking off. Definitely lithium having a great day. What other stocks you guys want to mention that had a good day today?
ONDS trading up, one of the drone play that I'm invested in long term, having a pretty nice day, having actually a pretty nice run since earnings. I like PayPal. That swing's working really well. Just going to kind of watch the market for the rest of the day. We're back on tomorrow, right?
Yes. Oh no, tomorrow we have all access, so we will not be back tomorrow. We have the all access that will be going on. That starts at 9 a.m.
It's on Thursdays now.
Yeah.
Or is that just for?
Hold on, maybe I'm lost. There you go. You see what happens?
Because those are usually on Friday.
Thank you for giving me the calendar right there, Zunaid. I thought for some reason tomorrow was Friday. You guys see, I'm trying to get to the weekend already.
It is not. You're fine.
Tomorrow is Thursday. We will be back, guys. Of course,
okay, great.
We'll be here same time like always. See you guys tomorrow.
Take care.
See ya.
All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and bring us on over to Hyliion. Thank you, Zunaid, for killing it like always, my friend. All right, guys, up next, stay right here, guys. You guys don't have to go anywhere. I'm going to bring you on over. That should be starting in about less than a minute here. So we'll see you guys on